to my channel. Today's video is, dare I say it, probably the last tutorial in my bridal makeup series. Now, if you're new to my channel or you have not seen that series, basically I got engaged last March and I've been doing a different bridal makeup look here and there and compiling them into a full playlist up until this point. So I've got everything from boho, smoky, classic bridal makeup looks, and I will list that playlist down below in the info box. But I was going through last night and I was trying to figure out which look I hadn't done yet, and I did not have just a classic natural bridal makeup look. And I love natural makeup on a bride, especially when a client comes to me and they say, hey, I don't wear a lot of makeup from a day-to-day basis. I just want something that enhances my features and is a little bit more bumped up from what I would normally wear. And I think that's great. If you're that type of person that just does a little bit of foundation, concealer, mascara on a daily basis, I feel like if you go full on glam on your wedding day with the smoky eye, a bold lip, a big contour, like a nice contour going on, heavy contour going on, your guests may be more focused on your makeup than they are with your actual self. So I always encourage my natural brides to just keep it natural, just an elevated version. And so the look that I've created today, I feel like is going to be great for anyone who wants to achieve that kind of enhanced natural makeup look. This is going to be great for spring and summer. I love it. Very close to what I'm going to do on my actual wedding day, which is in 2 weeks. Cannot believe it. But those of you who have been asking if I'm going to do a tutorial on my makeup that I'm wearing on my actual wedding day, yes, I will, but it will be after my wedding day because I still haven't narrowed everything down, but trust me, once I do, you guys will see it. I will put it in tutorial form, and I will have every single product there that I use. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start into this natural bridal makeup look. I'm using 2 primers for this look today because these are just how my needs are with my skin, and you guys know I do have pretty enhanced forehead lines, and the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer works amazingly well on enlarged pores and deep set wrinkles or lines in the skin, so I would highly suggest it. I wanted to use a glowy primer for the rest of my face, so I used the Becca Backlight Primer. And then for foundation, I'm using one of my top contenders for my actual wedding day, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick. I'm kind of tossing back and forth between this and just my Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation. I think I will just probably decide on the day of, depending on how the weather is. But I love this foundation. It is so skin-like, so if you're going for that natural bridal makeup look, this would be a really great option. I would always suggest you trying foundations out before deciding on them for your actual wedding day. But I love this formula. It's very emollient. It's great for dry skin. If you're more on the oily side, may not be the best option for you, but I just love it because it is absolutely 100% skin-like. It just looks like, if you look at it right now, it just looks like, an enhanced version of, my actual skin. So that's why I love it, and that's why it's a top contender for my actual wedding day foundation. For concealer, I'm using the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette. I use this on every single one of my brides, and I do not know why. I've used this on myself in the past, but I primarily keep this in my Pro Kit. And I have my Pro Kit at my house, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to desanitize this, or desanitize. I'm going to sanitize this and just use it in this video on myself. And oh my gosh, I love this. I don't know if you saw, and when I showed the actual product, I've already hit pan on the yellow corrector in this palette. It is freaking amazing. This concealer does not crease. It just looks so natural on the skin. I love it. I actually just applied MAC's NW20 in this palette, though, on my face right now. I didn't use the yellow corrector because I didn't want that bright, the full-on brightness going on underneath my eyes. So if you've not checked out that palette, it is wonderful. Great concealer formula, especially for weddings, because it just doesn't crease and it looks great. So to set my face, I'm using Bare Minerals Hydrating Mineral Veil. This is definitely going to be a powder I'm going to use on my wedding day if I do use liquid, because it is just not detectable at all. Anytime I use powder, I like to spritz my face with a little bit of setting spray, so I just use I used Urban Decay's B6 setting spray or prep spray, whatever you want to call it. Just something to spray your face down to get rid of the powdery finish. Now for bronzer, I'm using the new Becca Sunlit bronzers.
This one, I believe, is in the shade Capri Coast. And I'm just using my Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush to give my skin a little bit of warmth with a slight contour. Again, trying to keep things natural, so I didn't go in with, a really cool tone, ashy contour. I just kept it simple with that one bronzer. And then for my blush, I'm using MAC's Cream Blend Blush. That is so hard to say. I don't know if I've ever said that out loud. This is in the shade called Something Special, and this is just a gorgeous wedding day blush. It really does make your cheeks look just healthy and flushed, and since it is a cream formula, it really does apply nicely and really natural on the skin. I love it. This is also a contender for my wedding day blush, just FYI. I've really been enjoying this. I've had it for a really long time, but I haven't really used it in a lot of videos. For my highlighter, I'm using the Maybelline Master Strobe highlighting stick. This is a really great dupe for the Benefit What's Up. It's just a cheaper version, and it really does give a nice reflection on the cheeks. I would say it's a little bit more natural than the Benefit What's Up, and that's why I chose it. But nonetheless, it's a great product. For my eyes, I'm using this Stila palette. I'll have the name listed down below. And I'm just using that kind of flesh tone color all over my lids. We're going really natural on the eyes. I love this palette. Fun fact, one of my bridesmaids actually bought me this palette. We were at Sephora and I had mentioned that I wanted it, and she literally bought it for me. And it is such a gorgeous palette. I love it. So I just took that matte kind of flesh tone color, and then I'm going in with the color beside it, which is pretty much the same color. It's just pearlescent, so it gives a nice pearly finish to the lids, a little bit of a reflection going on. I didn't want to do totally matte. I wanted to have a little bit of shine here and there, so that's why I chose to use this color next. And then just to give a little bit more definition on the outer corners of my eye, I took that really warm brown shade in the palette, and I'm using that on a Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush. This is a great brush if you really want to work shadow into your eyes and make it look seamless. A lot of people like, Sigma E25 or MAC 217, but these Real Techniques brushes, I'm telling you, they blend amazingly well. They really, it's almost like they melt down the product and just make it look like one with the skin, if that makes sense. I'm getting really in depth with this brush right now, but I just applied the brown shade to the, again, outer portion of my lid just to give a little bit of extra definition, a little bit of flare on the ends, so the eyes weren't too boring. You want to have some type of definition when you look down, regardless if you use lashes or not. Now I am going to be using some really natural lashes, so I went ahead and applied the Charlotte Tilbury, what was this called? The Perfect Powder Pencil. I love this. It's really easy to work into the lids. It's super natural. So I just applied that to my lids, and I slightly winged it out just a little bit, just because that works for my particular eye shape. If you have a more rounded style lid, you may just want to go with a really classic line without winging it out, but that's going to be up to you, obviously. But I always enjoy a good flare. Now I actually have that same palette, just in a different shade or different color scheme, and I'm using the shade called Kitten. It's just Stila's Kitten eyeshadow, and I use that on the inner portion of my lid. And then I just took that excess brown shade and applied that to my lower lash line. I didn't want anything harsh going on there, so I just added a little bit of extra definition with that first brown shade we used on the outer corners of our eyes. For mascara, I'm using MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Obviously, you would want to use waterproof. I poked myself in the eye. This is just smudge proof, but it's just what I had laying on my desk. So yeah. Okay, for lashes, I'm using, these are Kiss lashes. I'll have to list the number down below because these aren't a style that I normally wear, but I had these again in my kit. And since my kit is normally never at my house, it's normally at the office that I share, and I just saw these and wanted to use them, and I thought they were really pretty. Just nice, natural pair of lashes. I think they would work for a lot of different eye shapes as well. For lips, I wanted kind of just like a really pink stained look. So I'm using MAC's Dervish lip pencil, and I'm applying it and then rubbing it in with my finger just to ensure that it just looks smooth. I don't want that harsh lip liner line going on. And then on top of it, I applied Bare Minerals Frenemy liquid lipstick, which is just a classic pink shade, and again just rubbing that in with my finger so it looks stained. And then I applied some Buxom White Russian lip gloss, and again pressing, making sure to press so it's really natural. And that completes this natural bridal makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've had so much fun recreating these bridal looks. Let me know which one was your favorite that I've done so far. I'd love to know down below. And I will be doing more, trust me, but they will be on a, how should I say, I won't be doing as many, you know. You get the picture. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.